I am here. I am here. Welcome to the Dirty Folks podcast. I am your guy, Dirty Folks, and I appreciate y'all being here today, man. Look, got the mic fixed. Got a new camera. I don't know what just happened that quick with the coloring. Don't even worry about the color. We ain't even gonna play color games today, dog. We just gonna keep it rolling. Don't even worry about the color, man. Look, the camera working. I'll work on the color doing the offshoots. Look, check this out. Before I really get into what I'm about to get into, I kind of want my background though. Before I really get involved in what I'm gonna get into, when my show starts, I have a little clip with me and Senator Willie Preston and a couple of other influential guys on there too. And you know, Willie's my guy. I'm not Willie's guy, but Willie's my guy. Like, I fucks with Will. Like, I could pull out my phone and show you Willie's number. Like, yo, Will, come slide through. The last time I saw him was last year, Juneteenth or something. We was at a cookout. He introduced me to former state's attorney / Tumblr du jour. What the fuck is his name? Chicago tumbling team. Damn, he was outstanding there. I can't think of his name, but legend from Cabrini Green. We ain't got Cabrini Green no more, but legend. He introduced me to a couple people, man, like really cool people. I think one of the most interesting things, because it's crazy how I had the clip until it's time for me to use a clip. But Willie is being lightweight persecuted as a senator. He's being lightweight persecuted for having a couple of Facebook posts that supported Donald Trump. You know what I'm saying? That's amazing. And one of the craziest things I think about that is think about any other place and time in your life, right? Any other situation that you're in, that you're part of the board of directors and you get penalized for supporting your CEO. That is wild work. So, I'm gonna pull up this. I'm gonna pull it up. I know where it's at. Just can't find it. So the craziest thing is, and I had it, but it's in the Chicago Tribune. It's behind the paywall, and I don't want to pay for the paywall, so I was gonna steal what other people stole on social media, so I can show you that on social media, because I ain't gonna pay for it. I know they posted on November 5th. I'm scrolling, bitch. It's November 6th. I'm almost there. This man is a married man. He got 3 kids, I think. 3 or 4. Devout married man. Y'all know how hard I go on Toddlers, bro. Y'all know how hard I go on. That's why I say Willie my friend, but I might not be Willie friend. Because I be like, fuck these hoes. And he be like, my wife's right here. I'm like, all right, my baby. Hey, all the hoes except your wife, Willie. All the hoes except your wife, man. And here you go right here. Here it is right here. And they talking about just weeks before the 2020 presidential election, State Senator Willie Preston posted a series of Facebook messages praising President Donald Trump and ridiculing Joe Biden and the Democratic Party. And because of that, now he's in a fight for the Illinois Democratic congressional seat. If that ain't some bullshit. Now, why is that important to the show we're going to do about Dear Abby? I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you what's important to Dear Abby. Normally, the only time they go against black men is if you talk bad about black women or the funny hat people. You can talk bad about other black men. You can talk bad about white men, all men on the table. You can talk bad about religion. You can talk bad about a sports team. You can't talk. You can talk bad about your father. Fuck your dad. And not say nothing about your crackhead, dope fiend, thieving, 5 siblings with all different last names. Whatever your situation is, there is no bad mother. All woman is God. You can talk bad about your dad. Nobody cares. You can talk bad about anything. So the fact that the only thing he talked bad about was a senile old man, and now they're using a political machine to try to stop this man. First of all, there's nothing they can do to stop him. He ran on the polls, my nigga. I was at the polls, B. Like, it was like Willie Preston. Who's his opponent? Nobody. Only person you can vote for? Willie Preston. He's not in any threat of losing his job. But the fact that a year and a half later they worried about his face, like, no, Biden's not doing what he's supposed to be doing. You as a employee of a company, you can't go and put your opinion in the suggestion box and talk about shit. We can't discuss this. We have a better corporation, the corporation of America. I just gotta listen to them ass. And we weren't even about Biden. Notice it was about Kamala, right? They still about Biden because they want to seem like he's anti-democratic. So Kamala. He's my Facebook friend. I know what Willie's talking about. Real life homie. Like, I'm his friend. My friend ain't his friend. But we cool in real life. I know what he was talking about. He was talking about Kamala in the Biden administration. He didn't make personal attacks. He like, yo, this ain't doing y'all with this goofy bitch. Just chill. So that's why they attacked him. So indirectly attack him over black woman. Is what it is. And she ain't black over one. That's what. And now to Abby. Dear Abby. So, man, I've been following this for a while. For those who know what's going on, I'm going to bring y'all up to speed. A couple of years ago, I'm sure people did shows about this in 2023. A couple of years ago, a 6-year-old came to school with a gun. Hit his teacher up. Tupac style. First off, fuck your bitch and the click you claim. Right? And did it with no remorse. Went at the bus, went to his friend, was like, hold on, do I got a child voice? Oh yeah, I hate that bitch. Sit down. No remorse, no accident, no nothing. They was dead ass about it. Let's talk about it. We're going to talk about it, man. We're going to open the panel for this and everything, man. You know what I'm saying? Because this show ain't going to be too long. I just want your opinion on how we got to this place.
Shooting his teacher in an elementary.
There are harrowing new images here tonight in the case of the teacher who was shot by a first grader in Virginia. For the first time, body camera video showing the moments after that teacher was shot by the 6-year-old. Here's our Chief Justice correspondent, Pierre Thomas, tonight.
Tonight, we see for the first time the tense, scary moments in the aftermath of a first grader shooting his teacher in an elementary school classroom in Newport News, Virginia in January 2023. There's Abby Zwerner after being shot in the chest and the hand, being carefully lifted by rescue workers trying to save her life. Moments later, she's in the ambulance, siren.
Look, she got shot in the chest and in the hand. The thing that made me start following this. That was muted. You know what? I get my mic right, mess up the show mic. Hold on, I know exactly what to do though. Let me see, audio device. All right, I'm gonna replay it. Ain't number like 10 seconds. I'm gonna replay it. Y'all let me know if y'all can hear it. All right, Let me know if y'all can hear. Because I know what I did. I know what I switched. I did good today, man. My audio right. I did good today. I did good today. Almost. And then I messed up on the but you know what? Smack myself. Tell me if y'all can hear it.
There are harrowing new images here tonight in the case of the teacher who was shot by a first grader in Virginia. For the first time, body camera video showing the moments after that teacher was shot by the 6-year-old. Here's our Chief Justice correspondent, Pierre Thomas, tonight.
Tonight, we see for the first time
Can y'all hear it? Yo, guys, could y'all hear it? Damn, why I'm so big? I ain't supposed to be this goddamn big. We good? Why I'm so big on this one though? That's crazy. I ain't supposed to be that big. I'm supposed to be somewhere in the cut, looking little. Don't worry about that. Look, we back at it. We good? All right, come on.
the tense, scary moments in the aftermath of a first grader shooting his teacher in an elementary school classroom in Newport News, Virginia in January 2023. There's Abby Zwerner after being shot in the chest and the hand, being carefully lifted by rescue workers trying to save her life. Moments later, she's in the ambulance, sirens blaring.
All right, that's all I want to show on that. The reason that caught my attention is all this week, man. Every time they show her, they were showing this black woman. Every time they show her, they were showing this black woman. I may show y'all that next. I'm gonna change the order. And I kept saying, who the hell is this black woman? Because I'm thinking the teacher got shot. They showing the picture of the child's mother. Because they don't say the ethnicity or, name of the child. But you assume the child is black because, Newport News, Virginia, and, a lot of the teachers and other, like, blurs or brown skin, like other, you can't show the kids either. Everybody blurry, but you ain't colorblind. You can, So I assume, right? So every time they mention Abby, dear Abby, they show this black woman right here, and it looks like a mugshot. It really looked like a mugshot, right? And I'm like, yo, shorty mom, people in the comments like, where the dad at? This not even shorty mama, bro. That shit's crazy, bro. That's not even shorty mama. That is the assistant principal of the elementary school. They have been plastering this black woman's face everywhere for the last 4 or 5 days. Like she is the villain of the story, man. Like she's straight villain. And I'm like, yo, so I've been following this for days trying to figure out what she do to make these niggas so mad. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then come to find out, they say she the principal. I think she assistant principal. I read in the article she assistant. But then I found out what she did is what all black women do. Anything but a motherfucking job, nigga. And that's why she got sued. But let's go with it.
The moment went by very fast. I thought I had died. I thought I was either on my way to heaven or in heaven. But then it all got black. My next memory is I see 2 coworkers around me, and I process that I'm hurt, and they're putting pressure on where I'm hurt. The moment went by very fast.
All right, so Her testimony, we're going to bring in the other testimony. She got a second one I want y'all to see. Where they talk about exactly. Nah, I hate that bitch. We're going to come back to that. 6-year-old's chilling words after pow pow in the first grade teacher. Unsealed in the docks. The first thing Shorty said, I shot that dead. That's the first thing she said. She went full 50 Cent. I shot that dead. No, it was an accident. I'm sorry. Somebody bullied me. The first thing he said was, I shot her. And I said, this boy is 6 years old. And then I said to myself, self, I know, I don't really know a lot of 6-year-old boys, but I know a lot of 10, 12-year-old boys. Right? Just me going on my journey. I've known 12-year-old boys for 20, 30 years. Pause. Just pause that. My dad was a scout master, and I go visit my dad, so I saw those kids, the Cub Scouts and the young Boy Scouts, because my dad always asking me to help him do shit. He don't know I do shit. He a boomer. He was like, oh, could you help the kids? I'm like, I don't even fucking volunteer here. I just came to get some lunch money, my nigga. Like, and then I did the crew club, and I was grabbing 10 to 13-year-old boys, and I'm listening to them boys, and I be like, I can rap. I'm like, go ahead. They tell me I can rap. Go ahead. I'm gonna shoot a nigga in the chest. Nigga, you 11. Find another rap. So I understand the mentality of by the time they 10, 11, so I imagine they started around 5 or 6, which means I can conceive the information that they're getting in their home. I know single mothers. I know bitches who told me, I'm like, yo, shorty, your kid can't read, don't know colors. This motherfucker 4 years old, finna go to school. Whatever they need to learn, they'll learn when they get to school. That's a teacher job. But motherfuckers know how to pop that coochie and all type of shit. I know children, young Negro children raised because they mama black. I know how that goes. So I'm not even that shocked about it. It sounds so funny, it is, but I'm shocked. Saddened? Yeah. Shocked? Not at all. And I say, what is mentality? What these kids do? I want to show y'all something. Let's get off Abby real quick. I want to show y'all something. It's not even a video. I'm going to read the article of how we get there. Somewhere, I don't even know what it said. Oh, Wisconsin. This J Prince hood. This J Prince hood, my nigga. And J Prince President hood. Barefoot little boy found wandering alone at 4 a.m. and mom was found deleted after cryptic Facebook posts. I'm gonna scroll down. A lot of it is just detail about the crime. Okay, what you need to know. I will read this. The body of Ayanna Richmond was found in the alley by a local resident on November 5th. A little boy identified by the family as Raymond's son was found wandering a few miles away from the location earlier that morning at 4 a.m. They found him at 4 a.m. They didn't find her body till 9 in the morning, but they found him wandering the streets at like 4 in the morning. So she probably got hit like 1, 2 o'clock and sure he just started walking. In the days leading up to her body's discovery, Raymond has shared several Facebook posts seemingly angry with someone whose identity is unclear in the post. Now I'm going to go down. I want to give you all this work. Chubby girl with tattoos. We're going to bring it back to the 6-year-old that did the shooting. I want to show y'all this. Chubby girl with tattoos. Taking a bathroom pic? I just noticed that shit. That's crazy work. Man, let me be great. See the toilet paper. That's crazy work. Anyway, here's her Facebook post. Let me see if I can make this bigger. Y'all need to see the mother of a 4-year-old. The mind of the mother of a 4-year-old. 31-year-old woman. 31-year-old top. I gotta go to the voice. Gotta use the voice.
I ain't wanna leave on bad terms. Now shit gonna get super bad. So I'm trying to go get low or I'm going to hell.
She wrote that on October 29th. So, shit, that was last Wednesday. All right. And then she said, voice.
I'm adding video pics and a whole nine to make sure I explain how we fell out.
All right. I did just added this video since I started looking at this. We might look at the video in a minute. All right, next post.
Always one step ahead, and I'm gonna have my way for sure.
All right, that was on Halloween, last Friday.
Checkmate.
She wrote right before she get deleted, right? So basically what she's saying is it's a dude. She's trying to control the dude. Dude ain't going. She want to get thug with a thug, right? Because you want a man who's willing to 187, but you can't do him, right? Because, thugs are supposed to protect women from the community that they destroying, but they're not supposed to destroy the woman because that's how women feel. I was going to say women think, but girls can't think. Girls just feel. Hold on, let's go to the details. I want to know what happened. I really don't care about what happened, but I want to know what happened because I'm here. I'm emotionally invested in it. I'm emotionally invested in this kid from Milwaukee.
To a nonverbal young boy found now attend the discovery of a woman's body in an alley on Milwaukee's north side. Connected to a nonverbal young boy found wandering Wednesday morning near 9th and Keith. The woman found dead has been identified as a family member of that boy, 31-year-old Anya Raymond. TMJ4's Megan Lee spoke with Rosetta. She was one of the neighbors who found the body in the alley. She also spoke with Sierra, who lives.
Rosetta found the body. Shout out to Rosetta, man. Shout out to Rosetta.
Ripped red police tape can be found hanging on a fence near the alley by 41st and Hampton.
I looked and I saw the body, and of course, I took off running.
Rosetta Lampkin Johnson was taking out her recycling Wednesday morning when she and her neighbor found a body with multiple gunshot wounds laying in the leaves.
No gunshot at all. To my recognition and stuff like that, she must have been, killed somewhere else.
The medical examiner has identified the woman as 31-year-old Anya Raymond.
The officer showed me a picture to see if I recognized her, but no, I did not recognize her.
Police tell us the woman found is related to the nonverbal 5 or 6-year-old boy that was found wandering miles away around 4.
You know what? That was the perfect time to time out anyway, because I want to say something. What is a non-verbal 5 or 6-year-old? By 5 or 6 years old, I knew my name. I knew how to count to 10. I knew my alphabet. Did the song A, B, C, D, E, F. By 5, 6, you're supposed to be in kindergarten, first grade, right? I knew my address, and I knew my mom's. I knew the house phone number, right? I knew my mother and my grandmother phone number. We only had, I say the number, because my parents ain't had that number in 35, 40 years. It was 7788346. I used to sing it like it was a commercial. That's how they taught it to me. They were like, anything happened to you, you need to call home. You need to know your number. 7788346. It wasn't. We didn't have the 312-773-847 area codes. It was just one area code back then. It was easy to remember. I sing it out. You know what I'm saying? Go somewhere. I get lost. Call my daddy. 7788346. I knew that at 5, 6 years old. To be a nonverbal 5 or 6-year-old means that nobody did anything with this kid. All this kid know was the bullshit mama was talking about. And she had to be on bullshit. She died on bullshit. Her post was bullshit. Her man was bullshit. She was on bullshit. All he know is bullshit. Shorty's trying to go against natural law to his new normal. He's trying to normalize dysfunction. He's normalizing dysfunction. And now he's wandering the streets at 4 in the morning with no socks or shoes. That's a story in itself. I don't know why he didn't know how to have on socks and shoes. Maybe she just ran out the house with her son and he was in pajamas. They didn't say what he was wearing. I mean, I could see it being a scenario. Running down the street with no socks and shoes. Mama getting blasted. Shorty just pimping. Trying to figure it out. 5, 6 years old. So when I say, man, what's the mentality of a 6-year-old that'll come to school and bust they teacher? Nigga, your mama black. You were raised by an untrained toddler. And then I finally found photos of the actual mother. And when I saw the actual mother, I really wasn't even. Where's that? What a photo? I delete the photos of the actual mother. It's whatever. When I found the picture of the actual mother looked just like Shorty. Chubby girl with a lace front, tattoos on her titties. Got popped off with having a gun illegally. She used a fake ID to get the gun. When they called her, she had a controlled substance. I'm thinking weed. She looked too young to be smoking crack or something, either weed or pills. So they got her off a legal pistol. They call it some case that basically say poor parenting, like you ain't watch your kids. Got on that, got on controlled substance, got on I got on a bunch of little shit though, like a bunch of class A misdemeanors. Like it really wasn't no felonies. Just a bunch of class A misdemeanors, but it showed a pattern of her just being a scammer. Basically, they're saying, Shorty, you a scammer. You a scammer with a pistol, and you made it so comfortable. Your Shorty knew where the pistol at, grabbed the pistol, was able to be like, I shot that. Like, she was really about that life. All that comes from a place. I'm going to show you some stuff that's racist. Some racist because most about white people. And they might be racist. But just because you're racist don't mean you're wrong. Or maybe you're just observant. Maybe it's not even racism. Maybe just observation. Let me show y'all something real quick. They made a tweet, and the tweet basically said, where does the violence begin? Like, when do people come to the concept of being violent? Now, this part right here is racist because there was really no reason to show this right here. But it said on February 8th, 2000, 6-year-old first grade student Derek Owens tried to kiss his classmate Kyla Rose. Oh, he was trying to get a white girl back then. Shout out to you. And he got rejected. The next day, Dedrick took his uncle's gun to school and fatally shot Kayla inside their classroom. And until he's known as the youngest school shooter in history, until the 6-year-old boy in Newport News. To the 6-year-old boy at 8 years old going to school to shoot the girl that you like because she don't like you back. That is massively simp shit right there. That's massively simp. That is so simp, by the way, that is historically black, right? Throw your life away and fuck up your community for a bitch. This is the young 6-year-old shooter right here. You would think, is that his dad? No, that is 26-year-old. What's his name? Derek. What was his name? Dedrick Owens. This is Dedrick Owens today. Dedrick Owens today trying to have a sit-down powwow with another youth shooter. He's on his black man redemption arc. That I was a felon, now I want to come back and save the community redemption arc. And I'm gonna tell you, bro, I'm not really feeling it. I'm not really feeling it. But here's what you can say is either observation or racism. But I'm going with observation. It says, when do I become a threat? I think this is racist. The fact that, it's all black males. But then you look at the stats. When it comes to murders per 100,000 capita. At the age between 5 and 14, 0.2% of white males between the ages of 5 and 14 get down how they get down. 0.2%. It's very rare you see a 10-year-old ready to bust everybody down. For Hispanic males, it's 0.8%. So it's close to 1 out of 100,000, but not quite. Like, you know what I mean? For black males, it's almost 5%. 5%. 4.9 is 5%. 5% of murders per capita. 5 to 14-year-olds. And I'm thinking a lot of those kids are like 11 to 13. Like when you want to join a gang, but because they know you're too young to, go to jail for a long time. So I'm assuming a lot of those kids they not as young as 5. I'm assuming a lot of them between 10 and 13, 10 and 14. But 5% per 100,000. That is banana numbers. Then when you get to 15 to 24, you think the Mexicans bad at 28%. Shit, nigga, 207 per 100,000 black males. That is a culture problem. That's not racism. That's a culture problem. And then you send these kids. Yeah, he do have a simp face. He definitely got a simp face. I can't even front. That motherfucker definitely got a simp face. But then you send these kids, right? Raised by women who preach about violence, right? Yeah, maybe I gotta move different. Raised by women who preach about violence. Somebody hit you, hit them back. There's no conflict resolution skills. There's no really fighting skills, right? There's no Joe Jackson teaching Marlon and Michael and Jermaine and them in the backyard how to box. It's just, you better go win the fight. They ain't gonna teach you how to fight. Just go win a fight. Somebody do something. Somebody do something to me. Beat them up. Beat up your stepdaddy. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes beat up your real daddy. Just beat up people for me. Just go out. If you can't fight, hit gun. Right? Because you can't fight. You're supposed to win a fight. Can't fight. What you do? Grab the iron. Right? So then you have more people shooting because they're supposed to be fighting because there's no conflict resolution skills, which is a male trait. Men understand threats, so men try to escalate threats because men know that it's kill or die when they get into shit. Unless you got somebody to break it up, it's kill or die. So men try to talk down like, I got somewhere to be. I'm not trying to go to jail today. You know what I'm saying? That's a male trait. Without men, that never but senseless, violence. So you can call it racism, or you can say hypermasculinity based on male feminism. How it would be? I think it's a sign of male feminism. Right? And then you go to school and you meet what's his name? Zellweger. Wait, what's the actor name? The one that was in Speed. Something over. By the way, y'all know I'm monetized, man. Help you out, man. Sports stream, man. Look, so let me get back to this. So you find the white girl, right? The Michelle Pfeiffer and criminal minds, whatever, dangerous minds. You find a Goldie Hawn from Wild Kids. Another like I don't remember Goldie Hawn. That's like big saying Goldie Hawn was big watching. And she did Wild Kids. You get Renee Zellweger. You get Renee Zellweger. You know what I'm saying? You get every decade or so they pull out that movie with a white liberal woman that was to hood and sick little kids. You know what I'm saying? It happens all the time, right? They always do it.
Can I have some money? Money?
Right. And she gets shot. I hate this bitch. I'm opening up the panel after this bitch. I might open up the panel right now. And I'm opening up the panel right now. And you come out. And she says, yo, the kid got a gun. This document, I'm just telling you what the document says. She says, yo, this kid got a gun in this book bag. Goes to the principal or assistant principal. This kid got a gun in this book bag. Whatever. Show your job. Students come up. Look at a gun in his bag. Okay, we'll check it out. By the time he checked it out, it was lunchtime. They didn't time his little bag. I'm calling time. They don't say his name. One other time. One his bag. They don't find it. I was like, yo, so he definitely got a gun. So now there's a lot of people, well, at least 5 or 6 people, that's a lot to one person, to snitch on the school. That guy got his book back. So after lunch, the teacher comes back and separates the kids. One side, that's that guy marks some crafts and split the kids up. Fucking 6 years old. And Newport News, people ain't no telling. And so up there, and she say, "What you doing with the gun?" And he shoot. Pow, pow, pow. Right? Shoot it twice. Now, after doing the deed, pimped off. You know what I mean? And even with all that, I stand on Second Amendment, right? Who's been shot over and that several times. I still stand on the Second Amendment because I stand for what it was for. It's to fight tyranny, fight the government, right? Fight communism, fight socialism, fight the same shit that niggas is voting for. That's what they need to fight the very names they vote for. And my problem is never that people shoot. It's that they don't know who to shoot. You want to shoot the people better than them, right? Like if they think you gotta up, you gotta go. It's like a race about. You have a culture of losers that race about. Not a color of losers, a culture of losers that race to the bottom. You get black men that be second, and then they want to be worse. And you have men of black women, man, that I just want to be hurt. They got to be worse. It's a sickness. That's the whole slavery. It's every man and every these kind of better than me. That's not better than you can say worse than me. You can West the best. We reduce everything. We reduce education limits, reduce skill sets, reduce whatever. That's what I'm talking about. We can do a reduction. That's what we do. Kids can't read. Kids ain't talk. And you know, second, and at the same time, this is super wrong. Youth about to try to get. I remember being in school as a small child in 88, 99. They brought metal detectors to school. What? I remember. I said, we came to with this, and I know Air Jordan came out. My mom on my birthday, so I remember 89. Like this metal detector, keep moving the stick, metal stick, not the stick. But you know what I'm saying? Goddamn phone. I don't understand. That's what I don't understand. I don't understand this lady right here.
That's the biggest problem in this country. The statistics in the UK for crime is 0 for guns. Why is it so bad? Why is there a 7-year-old with a bloody gun? Come on, think about it. Let's do something. We've got a new governor now. Let's do something. Let's change it. You've got a beautiful country. You've got beautiful people. What's the problem? Guns. How does a 7-year-old have a gun? That's what I'm pissed off with. I'm only here because my husband's in the military. Or otherwise I would not have chosen to come to this country.
This is what I've been lost on. I watched this clip at least twice. Because I thought I missed something. These are the things that confuse the fuck out of me, right? I want y'all to understand something. She's obviously a Hajib, right? Obviously a Hajib. But she has a British accent. That's the first thing, right? A Hajib with a British accent. That's one, right? Second is that pride in where you're from. Well, not cool, right? No matter where you're from, you should have pride. There's a lot of dudes in Florida that's from Detroit. You're like, man, I'm still a Lions fan. Okay, wherever you're from, have pride. I'm cool with that. But here's the thing. Let's go.
With a bloody gun. Come on, think about it. Let's do something. We've got a new governor now.
Part 2. We got a new governor now. When I tell you that part of being black is listening to women with clothes on, but women want a king. Most people want a king. People that want love want a king. What is the governor going to do? They think if you elect somebody, just like New York with Zohan, they think if you vote for somebody, that the world will change overnight to benefit you. I think that's weird. That's deep shit. All right, but that's not even the biggest crux I have with this.
Do something. Change it. You've got a beautiful country. You've got beautiful people. But what's the problem? Guns.
Guns not the problem.
A 7-year-old have a gun. That's what I'm pissed off with. I'm only here because my husband's in the military.
Right there. She's from Britain. She's a Haji from Britain. You went from Pakistan to Britain. And then you came to America because your husband's in the military. Maybe I'm on the phone. If there's some people in the chat that can let me know, drop it in the comment section, whatever. At what point does Britain have a sitting military force in America, man? At what point? Where is the British embassy that tells you to have a standing army in America? So either she married an American, which means you wanted that green card, bitch. You married an American and you wanted that green card. or you married a Brit and there's no standing British army in America, so you're a mother. I'm going with, and she wanted a green card. So you went from Pakistan to Britain to fucking American for a green card. Now you talking shit. I think we send all these motherfuckers back, man. Send all these motherfuckers back. This goofy bitch right here, and she's national news. She's on everybody's show. Everybody's playing this clip, and at no point everybody's talking about, yeah, 7-year-olds with a gun. 7-year-olds didn't buy a gun. 7-year-olds stole their parents' gun. I remember somebody in 1989. 1989, nigga. That's why I remember 1989. Mama was four snaps. Niggas saw Jordan for motherfuckers smooth on my shores. And man, I know my dad won't move up around, up in the cabinet, squeeze done, grab a little D22, and went outside and robbed the niggas who robbed me and got my back, nigga. I did that shit, nigga. And I robbed myself. I jacked the jacker, nigga. I'm in the motherfucker. And I made it with merch. My birthday, Michael Jordan, February 2nd. It come out on All-Star Weekend. All-Star Weekend, it was February 16th. The shoes dropped on Jordan birthday, All-Star Weekend. I got it on my birthday. Nigga, y'all tell me first March, snow outside Chicago. Don't have to put through the motherfucking snow. You got your motherfucking mind. I already cleared my parents' piece. Man, I got some nigga that took me to my and got my shit. What's gonna say? What's gonna say? What? 10-year-old on the gun? I think I got in trouble. I think I didn't get in trouble with my parents. I don't listen. I don't get in trouble. But I get shit. It's 10 years old. Get my shit. I didn't because I didn't get the gun. I stole it. To go right inside. I'm right there. I know how old kids gun. My grandpa had huge guns. I had one gun. My father had 5 guns. Yeah, I don't have secure with all the guns and stuff to roll. I don't want to say but I was flashing. That's the only gun. That's okay. You know, it shows up the parent to make it accessible. You know what I'm saying? So, yo, it's our turn to fail that. A part of that. You know, we're going to 10 years old. I get it. It's not right, but I understand. You know what I'm here and come to the house like I think I kids do shit. How did these change out? Kids do dumb kid shit. So that was a kids, but I ain't my parents shit. I ain't believe it. But I'll be saying, man. I'm gonna go to the man. I'm saying everybody to the show, man. I ain't even that's like that's what I'm I put I got to take I put in my position. Doing some shit I do. On some misinformation. So, man, sports training. As always, man. Love you brothers. As you love yourself.